Don't show off. Once, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a humble and hard-working man named Ravi. Known for his kindness and resilience, Ravi had a reputation for helping others, but he never sought attention for his good deeds. Every day he worked tirelessly in the fields, harvesting crops for his family, and whenever someone in the village was in need, Ravi was there to lend a hand. However, there was a man named Arvind who lived in the same village. Arvind was wealthy, with a large estate and many servants. But instead of using his wealth for the benefit of others, he flaunted it. He would parade around the village with his expensive clothes, boasting about the things he owned. His house was the largest, his horses were the fastest, and his laughter could be heard echoing throughout the village as he spoke of his many accomplishments. He took great pride in showing off his success, often belittling those around him for not being as wealthy as he was. One day, a terrible storm swept through the village. The crops were destroyed, houses were damaged, and the villagers were left in a state of despair. Everyone was in need of help, but Arvind, who had the resources to make a difference, was nowhere to be seen. Instead, he remained hidden in his mansion, worried about protecting his wealth and possessions. He had no desire to share his riches with the village or its people. In contrast, Ravi, despite having little in terms of material wealth, immediately went into action. He gathered what food he could, helped his neighbors repair their homes, and offered solace to those who had lost everything. But the most remarkable thing was that Ravi did all of this without boasting or seeking attention. His actions spoke louder than any words ever could. As time passed, the villagers slowly recovered from the storm. One day, as Ravi was walking through the village, a young man approached him. "Ravi, everyone speaks of your incredible generosity," the young man said. "You helped us when no one else would, yet you never bragged about it or showed off." Ravi smiled gently and replied, "I don't help others to be praised. True kindness doesn't need recognition. The joy of giving is its own reward. You see, my friend, those who show off their wealth and accomplishments often do so because they are afraid of being forgotten. But the true legacy is in the hearts we touch, not in the things we own or the attention we seek." Years passed, and Ravi's reputation as a kind and humble man continued to grow. Meanwhile, Arvind's wealth slowly began to dwindle. His obsession with showing off alienated him from others, and soon he found himself isolated and without true friends. Despite all his riches, he had no one to share them with. Ravi, on the other hand, lived a simple life, surrounded by friends, respect, and admiration, not for his material possessions, but for the kindness he had shown. One day, as Arvind grew old and lonely, he sought out Ravi. "I've watched you for years," Arvind admitted. "You never showed off, never sought praise, yet everyone respects you. I've spent my life chasing admiration, but it has left me empty. What is the secret to the happiness you have?" Ravi looked at him, his eyes filled with wisdom. "The secret, Arvind, is simple. When you live for the benefit of others, when you give without expecting anything in return, you find something far more valuable than wealth or recognition. You find peace. The world doesn't need another person who shows off what they have. It needs someone who quietly makes a difference. You don't need to be seen to be remembered." Arvind, with tears in his eyes, finally understood. It wasn't the riches he had accumulated or the fame he had sought that mattered. It was the kindness and humility that Ravi embodied that made him truly successful in life. From that day forward, Arvind chose to live a quieter, more generous life, seeking not the approval of others, but the joy of knowing he had made a difference. The moral of Ravi's story is clear. Don't show off your achievements or possessions. The true measure of a person's success is in their kindness, their ability to lift others up, and the quiet way they make the world a better place. In the end, it is not the things we own, but the love we give that defines our true wealth.